In the top stories, Department of Gender Affairs to implement UN Committee recommendations on the elimination of gender-based violence in 2023. Haiti receives first cholera vaccine shipments. And up to 100,000 nurses stage last resort strike in UK over pay. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Friday, December 16th, 2022. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey, nationally. As the Federation continues its thrust to meet the obligations to eliminate violence against women, Junior Minister of Gender Affairs Honorable Iseline Phillip has outlined plans to implement recommendations made by the United Nations Committee. This was revealed during the third day of the 2023 National Budget Debate on Friday.
In this past year, I would have traveled to Geneva just in this year to be able to present to the UN Committee on the elimination of violence and abuse against women. And so this is a UN panel, because as we are signed on to this convention, we did have a duty and obligation to report to say how far we have gotten with meeting these obligations, and we would have received a number of recommendations from the committee. And so the plans for 2023 would be to implement some of these recommendations in relation to, temporary special measures, in relation to employment and economic empowerment of women. And so we do plan to take some of these things on board. And so the plans for 2023 would be to implement some of these recommendations.
She said along with implementing these recommendations, the department will also continue existing programs that target the youth.
To continue the programming that already exists. So we have our mentorship program for boys as well as for our girls empowerment programs. We do plan to continue these because we do recognize that in our fight and our efforts to achieve gender equity and to reduce the scourge and eliminate the scourge of violence, that we obviously need to get at our young people, and we need to teach them. We need to teach them what healthy relationships look like. We need to teach them about confidence and self-confidence. We need to teach them about healthy masculinity. We need to teach them about, confident femininity. And so we really want to ensure that these programs are strong.
These young people, as it is important. The police have charged 65-year-old Agatha James Andreas of Halfway Tree on 3 counts of the offense of forgery and 3 counts of the offense of uttering forged documents. She was arrested and charged on December 14th, 2022. The offenses were committed on June 9th, 2022, June 10th, 2022, and July 8th, 2022, respectively. A search warrant was also executed on December 14th, 2022 on the law office of James Andreas, and a number of items of evidential value were taken into police custody. Later that day, she received bail in the sum of $40,000 with one surety, with the condition that she surrender all travel documents. She is scheduled to appear before the Bastille Magistrate Court on January 31st, 2023. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. Businesses, agencies, groups, and individuals across St. Kitts and Nevis are being invited to support the prison rehabilitation program at His Majesty's Prison, or HMP, as it has yielded positive results. Vincent Foy and Antoine Thompson were singled out as examples of inmates who entered the program and have turned their lives around. Both men became positive role models during their time in HMP, teaching academic subjects to other inmates and also to civilians who attended classes for free. The duo excelled in HMP and became the first inmates to pursue a bachelor's degree with the University of the West Indies, or UWI, while incarcerated. In 2021, the government provided financial support for their continuing online university studies. The pair has since been released. Foy was pardoned in 2020, while Thompson completed his sentence and exited HMP in 2021. Both men are now productive citizens, are employed, and have successfully reintegrated into society. HMP's Rehabilitation Officer Virgil Hodge said that there are many other successes in educational programs, including music, art, agriculture, baking, and mentorship. To learn more about the HMP Rehabilitation Program, interested individuals can telephone 465-1616 or 465-2241 extension 4386. Regionally, with the support of the Pan American Health Organization, or PAHO, Haiti received about 1.2 million doses of oral cholera vaccine, while cases in the country continue to increase. More in this report.
The vaccine, Euvicol, was provided by the International Coordinating Group of Vaccine Provision, which manages the global cholera vaccine stockpile following the request by Haiti's Ministry of Public Health and Population. The country's vaccination campaign is set to begin in the next days, initially targeting populations over the age of 1 year in Cité du Soleil, Dolmas, Tobar, Carrefour, and Port-au-Prince, areas in which most of the cholera cases have been reported to date.
And finally, in regional news, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, has challenged the opposition to answer several questions as it relates to the People's Partnership contract with Constructura OAS for the Solomon Hotroy Highway Extension project. It comes after the High Court ruled in favor of taxpayers on Wednesday, saving the country close to $1 billion. More in this TTT News Report.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is demanding that the opposition explain why a clause was removed following the People's Partnership Agreement with Constructura OAS for the building of the highway from Golconda to Point Fortin. Just prior to the 2015 general elections, Dr. Rowley claimed that the opposition secretly and mysteriously removed a part of the agreement which effectively protected the taxpayers of this country. He recalled that there was a clause in the original contract that required, in the event of bankruptcy on the part of the contractor, the insurance bonds securing the contract belongs to the client NITCO. During execution of works, the contractor OAS went bankrupt in Brazil amid widespread allegations of corruption. But Dr. Rowley said this clause was removed prior to the election, which allowed the contractor to leave with almost $1 billion of taxpayers' money. However, he said the PNM government took firm legal action in late 2015 to recover the money, leading to $921 million being returned to the state company NITCO, which allowed the stalled highway project to be restarted and is now close to completion. The Prime Minister